Cause I believe in aliens, I don't believe in luck. I'm running, hiding, jumping, climbing, but I still feel stuck. I know that I'm...
What's up, y'all? It's me coming back at y'all with another video. I just wanted to give everyone my honest opinions on CS2. And I think a lot of people will disagree with me, but right now, I don't think it's in a very good state for a couple of reasons. Now, it's having a lot of optimization issues with the maps and shit. And me personally, I have to play with VSync or else my game plays on 60 Hz. Something to do with FPS max being broken or some bullshit. I don't really know the details behind it, but it's kind of scuffed. And when you have VSync, you get input lag and shit and whatnot. So I'm not going to harp on that for too long though. But there are a couple things that I want to touch on that I think are broken in CS2. And number one, like, it just doesn't feel right. So I know a lot of I know one of the things that they said was that your lineups would not change from CS:GO to CS2, but this isn't true. In fact, there's actually a flashbang lineup, and I'll put it on the screen. There's a flashbang lineup that works in CS:GO, but it doesn't work in CS2. What it does is it's a pop flash that pops in the entrance of connector that opens towards mid. So anyone that's in connector would get pop flash, and you'd be able to swing it from mid and you know, have a blind enemy in there that's able to be killed. And that lineup does not work. And so what I think needs to happen is that flashbangs need to be tweaked to return to how they worked in CS:GO, because it's kind of fucked up that, like, now obviously there are other pop flashes and shit, and like there's probably another way to do it, but using the CS grenade camera from the same spot that I lined that up, I can't find the spot that you need to do it at, you know what I mean? So I think that shit needs to get fixed. And another thing that I have noticed while playing is that specifically in the premiere mode, the player clipping is terrible. You will get caught on players, you'll get speed boosts and bounced off players. Like, it is god awful. There was even a time where in the warm-up of a premiere game, I just walked into my teammate and I got stuck. Like, I had to kill myself because I was stuck on him. And so I think that shit needs to be fixed. And also, just the general feel of the game, just something is off, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what it is, because I use for example, obviously this means jack shit, it's just some advanced stats, and its stats don't tell the whole story, but I use Leadify for advanced stats sometimes, and it gives you a little aim rating, right? And so what I find weird is that in CS:GO, I will usually have like an average aim rating of like 75, 80, but in CS2 it drops to like 50. Now, that could be the maps that I'm playing, or just me being a shitter, but it just doesn't feel right, you know? And I've had people tell me that they had to change their sensitivity because it feels wrong or whatnot. So there's just something off about the game. And also, like, another way you could see it is, like, with the sprays for, like, AKs and M4s and shit, it just doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? Like, I had to change my sensitivity because I felt like I had to pull down too much on the AK spray. And the spray just feels off too once you get to like the center part of it. Once you get to like mid spray, it just kind of fucked up. So I think that needs to get fixed too. Like there are changes that need to be made before CS2 goes public and like open for everyone to really compete with Valorant. I think what they're doing is a step in the right direction. I really like the new smokes. I think that's a great change, and I love that there's no more one-ways that you can't blatantly tell as a one-way. Like how in Valorant, where take bind for example, bind mid, you used to be able to smoke the top of the double stacked boxes, and everyone could tell that's a one-way. So you're like, okay, that's a one-way. I'll just stay away from that. You know, you maybe get a fucking lucky kill off one. But after that, it's like everyone knows. So I like how they made that change. I also like the coloring and the lighting. It's beautiful. It's really nice. One thing I will note though, this is map specific, but on Ancient in Temple, if you're playing Temple and you're swinging CT from Temple, it's very easy, and you'll be able to know that they're about to peek you because you'll see their shadow move before they can get the peek off. And I don't, like, personally, I don't think, and it's very blatant. You know, if it was just some minor little thing that you had to see, then it'd be whatever. If it showed up like a couple, you know, half a second before, I wouldn't have as big of an issue as I do have with it now. But I think when you're playing a competitive game, lighting shouldn't make that big of a difference. Like, that fight should come from pure skill, not because the CT has an advantage due to a giant ass floodlight that they have sitting in Temple. You know what I mean? I know a light source has to be there, or else that spot would be dark as shit with the new lighting, but I think that does need to get fixed. And but outside of that, man, I really like it. Like, it looks beautiful, but they need to fix the optimization, especially for guys like me that are getting fucked because we have to play on VSync for whatever fucking reason. I don't know why. I've changed every setting. Went on Reddit, went on Google, went on YouTube. Fuck, I could have even went on Facebook if I wanted to. But something had just fucked with it. And so I really like for that to get fixed so I could play the game at the way it's supposed to be played. And I know it's on my PC because my PC could definitely handle it. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. But I do think there are some things that need to get fixed before they release that shit to the public. And if there's anything that you guys have, like you guys' opinions, I'd love to hear that shit in the comment section and just start an open dialogue. Because like personally, like I like the game a lot and I'm having fun with it. Like I'm doing okay. Like, you know what I mean? I just think there are changes that need to be made expeditiously before they start pumping it out to the public as a free-to-play game. And another thing, just like a little sidebar that I saw, there was actually a dude that was on YouTube live cheating. Just fucking to everyone on CS2. And I hope that's not a representation of the anti-cheat. But if they're really going to push Premier down our throats, or not down our throats, because I'm gladly gobbling that up. But I think they need to fix that anti-cheat. Like, if that's representative of the anti-cheat, then they need to do something. Because if Premier is what it says it is, and it's going to, like, you know, be a replacement to Face It, or, like, rival the Valorant Premier mode, or fucking, like, you know what I mean? They need to fix that to really make it effective, and they need to make their anti-cheat as effective as Face It anti-cheat or ESCA anti-cheat, because at this point, you kind of have to make the anti-cheat invasive. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it. Like I said, leave a comment, let me know how you guys feel, but as for right now, probably just going to chill out, do some homework, and I'll see y'all in the next video, I guess.